YouTube star in the world even know.
Like, his rise is insane. Like, he started on a old PS4 and now he's like one of the most famous people in the world. Like, it's insane. Probably the greatest streamer of all time.
One English-speaking streamer.
But he's like not as funny as he was. But of course he like matured over time.
On the internet.
Now he's a global name. South America, Asia, Africa, it doesn't matter where you go.
This guy is taking over the internet, man. He's absolutely killing it.
Arguably the biggest streamer to ever exist.
I agree.
Ishowpseed.
Ishowpseed.
I did kind of grow up like not in not so well neighborhood, you know.
He really made it out of the hood. Like he really made it out.
Because I got mad and something like I just and like came out of me. I swear to God, chat.
Mom, I don't give a fuck.
What? Is the talking to me? Is the female talking to me? Am I tripping?
That clip changed him.
I got kicked out, bro.
What am I gonna do, bro? I'm fucked up.
The disturbing past of Ishowpseed, and I've never watched this.
Ishowpseed might just have one of the most interesting but disturbing pasts out of any other YouTuber, from getting into insane altercations with his mom live on stream,
Not a move right now, bro. Not a move.
Oh,
Not a move, bro.
to getting banned multiple times on YouTube and Twitch for inappropriate behavior.
I can't stream no more, y'all, for a little minute, y'all, because of that last live stream, y'all, so I would not be streaming no more.
To eventually getting into one huge fight with his mom, which ended with him getting kicked out at only 14 years old.
She told me to quit?
Yeah.
damn, 14 years old and getting kicked out.
Or I'm leaving, like, you know, or like, you can't do this on my house.
But somehow, Speed managed to turn all that around, and in the process built a 50 million subscriber empire spanning across the globe. So, how did he do it? How did Speed go from a poor, homeless kid to this?
Like, this is like Michael Jackson level clouds.
What exactly did he discover about YouTube at just 15 years old that allowed him to succeed even when everyone and everything tried to put him down? So buckle up, because we're going on a journey to uncover the dark and disturbing past of Ishowpseed, and how he managed to transform his life from a homeless, bullied kid to one of the biggest streamers in the world.
Let's see. Genesis?
Darren Watkins Jr., or as we know him today as Ishowpseed, was born on the 21st of January 2005 in Cincinnati, Ohio.
I am from Ohio. Oh no, this is Cincinnati, Ohio.
Growing up, Speed wasn't chasing fame or streamer awards. In fact, Speed had a pretty rough childhood that almost led him down a dark path.
I did kind of grow up like not in not so well neighborhood, you know. I had a lot of fights, you know. I seen a lot of stuff.
His parents, Darren Watkins Sr. and Tiffany Graves, had divorced when he was
Seen a lot of stuff.
His parents, Darren Watkins Sr. and Tiffany
That's his mom?
Graves, had divorced when he was just a kid, resulting in a pretty shaky childhood for
I know
Speed
about
and his
that.
two siblings. However, despite being brought up in these tough conditions, Speed somehow managed to find something he excelled in: sports, where he alternated between playing football and basketball.
So when I was younger, I was always like, I played sports. I played football, basketball, whatever. I was, but like nobody knows, but I was like a 4-star, 5-star. I was one of the best slots in Ohio.
As the mid-2010s rolled around, football wasn't his only passion anymore. Like other teenagers his age, Speed would begin to sink deep into the world of video games, focusing mainly on NBA 2K and later on Fortnite.
Because I always loved games. I was always a gamer, and I made like videos when I was a kid, you know, just regular stuff as a kid.
It would also be around this time that Speed would begin to show interest in becoming a content creator.
I told my mom at 12 years old, 11 years old, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a streamer. Like I generally wanted to be.
For this reason, Speed would create his YouTube channel on the 21st of March 2016 at the age of 11, deriving the name Ishowpseed from the fact that...
So when I was younger, I was always known
Where did he get the name Ishowpseed?
my speed, I was always fast, you know. But when I made my gamer tag when I was 12 years old, put Ishowpseed.
What pairs nice
Man.
space gazing? Absolutely. We're on our newest weekend.
These ads.
So then it's just people call me Steve and their own.
However, despite this initial excitement of becoming a YouTuber/streamer, the channel would remain inactive
One
for a whole year,
subscriber.
up until December 2017, when Speed would finally upload his first video.
2K18 first video.
It's my 16, give me die.
Unsurprisingly, this video performed poorly. It was just a screen recording. There was no storyline, and he was clearly only just a kid. However, Speed wasn't ready to give up just yet. After posting that initial video, he'd follow it up with 2 more NBA 2K videos, which all performed dismally. To combat this, Speed would switch from making NBA 2K videos to Fortnite after the game's initial boom in early 2018.
Fortnite in 2018 was like everywhere.
However, due to his young age, the poor quality, and the lack of storytelling within the videos, they wouldn't even scratch the surface on the YouTube algorithm, and Ishowpseed would remain as a barely recognizable prepubescent teen with a following of less than 50 subscribers. But despite the lack of followers, Speed did not give up, and always seemed to have that vision of becoming YouTube famous, like his idol Ninja.
Ninja kind of like really opened up my eyes, to like.
Yo, Ninja is still streaming like 8 hours a day. Like he should retire, honestly. Like 8-hour streams. Like, what's he doing now? Ninja air fryer. He doesn't even come up on the first. $22. Oh. Like, he hasn't been live in 21 days. Like 5-hour streams. Like he should start IRL streaming.
I'm like, Mom, I was 12 years old. I'm like, Mom, I want to be a streamer. She's like, what? It's crazy. I really think my mom remembers. I told my mom at 12 years old, 11 years old, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a streamer.
And perhaps with the assistance of his early obliviosity and an undying dream, Ishowpseed would hit the go live button on YouTube for the very first time on the 28th of December 2018.
He never wore a shirt. Like, he always had his shirt off.
Throughout 2019, Ishowpseed would continue streaming and uploading videos occasionally, once again signaling his passion for content creation from a young age. However, despite him clearly putting in the work to achieve this dream, none of his videos or streams really did much for him, as most of them only managed to garner less than 1,000 views.
Like, you can check back on my old videos, bro. I just used to go post on my video, pull a little view, and I gained about 275 subs. That's all I gained from it.
For this reason, Speed would take a step
275 is not bad.
back in content creation to focus on other promising aspects of his life, such as school and sports.
And I actually stopped. I was like in 8th grade when I first started, but I stopped. Yeah, it was 8th grade and I stopped.
And for a few months, Ishowpseed's channel sat there, seeing no new uploads or streams. That is, until one incident would change his life forever.
What incident?
In April of 2020, after being forced indoors by the COVID pandemic, Ishowpseed decided to give streaming another shot, a decision that would change his life forever.
But then 2020, that's the point of my career where that's pretty much when my life changed. You know, it was no school. I was bored and had nothing to do.
That shit was boring as hell.
I had nothing to do.
But I made a lot of like good fucking memories.
You know, everything stopped. Stuck in the house. I sparked that first stream up. I had that one viewer, and that viewer made me keep going.
Speed began by streaming NBA 2
I have
exclusively.
0 views.
Yo, I'm gonna show y'all how to guard the post hooks, y'all.
However, despite Speed giving streaming his all from the get-go, he saw little success in the beginning, as most of his streams from this time only managed to attract 1 or 2 viewers.
So when I first started my stream, I only had like 1 viewer, 2 viewers. Oh, what's up, Pacifics, man? What's up, my boy? On tools? Yeah, bro, I'm on tools, bro.
But the lack of initial success did not demotivate Speed, as it perhaps indicated to him that it was time to improve his content, as well as keep up with the daily grind, no matter the views.
I was just pressing go live every day. And
I feel like the only way I could get famous, well, like, I could get subscribers is if, like, I stay consistent.
And each day and more. Week 2, I started averaging 4 viewers. Week 3, 8 viewers. Week 4, 20 viewers. So on and so on and so on.
So
Throughout the rest of 2020, Speed would continue streaming NBA 2K every day to an audience of less than 50 viewers. But this number would begin to change slightly in late 2020, when Speed would begin to notice a certain peculiar pattern that instantly began to draw more attention and engagement to his streams, his rage moments.
Rage.
These rage moments became so iconic within his small community that members would timestamp where exactly in the stream Speed had a crash, allowing other viewers to easily access the funniest parts within his streams much more quickly, which ultimately revealed 2 main things to Ishowpseed. Firstly, that his rage moments were what drew people to his streams, and secondly, that he should give the people what they want, and Speed would go on to do exactly that. Within no time, Speed's channel would be...
Yo, my live stream is boring as hell. Like, I need to put some more energy into it.
begin to see its first bit of subscriber growth, hitting 1,000, 2,000, and ultimately 5,000.
My goal is 1,000 subscribers. If I get 1K, I'll be the happiest person. The happiest person.
5,000 subscribers by October of 2020.
Right now, 5.9 thousand, 5.9 thousand subs right now.
And this milestone was crucial, as it finally indicated to Speed that continuing with his daily streams would be worthwhile, and with perseverance and consistency, something might eventually become of this channel.
Yeah.
Throughout the rest of 2020 and early 2021, Speed would continue streaming and uploading every single day, to a point where he gave up on everything else in his life, including school and sports.
I kind of gave up on school.
He was kind of lucky though. He had it was COVID, so everyone had online school. Like, I feel like if COVID never happened, he probably would not have gotten as famous.
I kind of give him everything that I had to my whole life and just put everything into my stream. I streamed every day. I didn't care about nothing else but YouTube streaming.
But abandoning his schoolwork wouldn't go unnoticed, as his grades in school would begin to slip rapidly, resulting in a huge fight between him and his mom.
She told me to quit, or I'm leaving. Like, you know, or like, you can't do this on my house.
Like, no parent should, like, kick their kids out.
So I'm like, I'm out. Yeah, I was like, I'm out. You know, like, I'm not about to stop. Like, I was already averaging like 20 viewers. I had like 2,000 subs. Like, I'm already going.
After being kicked out of his mother's house, Speed would relocate to his dad's house in Detroit, which is where things would begin to pick up for his streaming career.
His dad is like way more chill. Rise to fame.
After moving in with his dad in Detroit, Speed finally had the space and freedom he desperately needed to focus fully on his dream of becoming a streamer.
I moved to my dad in Detroit. Then I kept going. I used to stream my dad's attic. Yeah, I was just at my dad's attic. My dad didn't really care. My dad let me. Shout out to my dad. Shout out to my mom too.
Finally, he could stream as much and as loudly as he wanted. However, that freedom came at a cost. He was completely isolated from his old life, which left him lonely and depressed.
I moved to Michigan.
Didn't he have like no friends?
My dad. I was just doing YouTube every single day. I was a lonely guy. I had no friends. Nobody takes calls.
Yeah, no
People in
friends.
his pictures, then takes her coffee. I was just focused on YouTube.
But despite struggling with intense isolation and loneliness, Speed did not give up. Over the following months, Speed would continue streaming every single day without fail, steadily growing his channel to 50,000 subscribers by early 2021, and he'd officially gone from nobody to a small streamer.
Yeah.
However, Speed wouldn't stay a small YouTuber for long, because his small community of subscribers had fallen in love with the iconic rage moments from his streams that they began clipping and reposting them on TikTok, where they go viral, gaining millions upon...
I feel like clip farming is like the best way to like get subscribers now on social media.
Millions of views. After seeing the success of his rage moment clips on TikTok, Speed would go on to start a new trope that got his growing fanbase even more excited: barking.
Bark for the one-time daddy.
The hilarious nature of Speed's barking attracted more and more people to his streams, and on the 20th of
How did he come up with that?
April 2021, exactly 1 year since his first stream post-COVID, Speed would hit the incredible milestone of 100,000 subscribers.
Oh my goodness, Uncle Man!
When did he hit on April? So, in 1 year, he went from 200 to 100K.
And the growth wouldn't stop there, as Speed would go on to hit 200,000 subscribers 1 month later. Then 300,000 subscribers 20 days after that. However, while everything seemed to be going incredibly well for Speed, there was somewhat of a problem in his personal life that would bring him to one of the most challenging points in his life.
Back to square
In the summer
one.
of 2021, while IShowpseed's prominence on the internet was continuing to rise, it would come to his mom's attention that he had given up on school to instead focus on his burgeoning streaming career.
So I dropped out my sophomore year. I was filling out my grades my sophomore year. Then my mom was like, hell no. You know, she put a stop to it. She called my dad.
Yeah, like, I agree with that.
Moved back, then I moved back in with my mom for my junior year.
Okay.
So I gained my credit for my sophomore year and my junior year. So my mom, she was on, she put me in an online class.
Speed explained that shortly after moving back to his mother's house in Ohio, everything seemed to be going well for him. However, within no time, the same issues that had driven him out of his mother's home the first time would soon start to resurface.
Real shit, bro. Shit is annoying as fuck, bro. I can't do fucking shit, bro. You mean be quiet? It's be quiet. It's 823. Chat, y'all wonder why I start my streams early is because of her. That's the reason I start my streams early. Cause she got a rule of saying everybody need to be quiet at 11 o'clock p.m. So basically, nobody can make noise at 11 o'clock p.m.
For this reason, Speed would begin streaming right after dinner, around
Honestly, like, Speed back when he lived with his parents was like peak entertainment.
8 p.m., hoping to get a couple of hours of streaming before the curfew hit. However, this only seemed to quiet things down for a short while. As Speed continued with his daily streams, his online notoriety and subscriber count would only keep growing, pushing him to 400,000 subscribers.
100
Million. Okay, I said 400 million.
We did it!
Then 500,000 subscribers less than 12 hours later. However, because of his loud and energetic streams, which he'd sometimes do in the middle of the night when his mom and siblings were sleeping,
5 a.m.
he'd always get in trouble with his mother, which would first unfold on camera during his 600,000 subscriber celebration
Oh
stream.
yeah, this is like an iconic clip.
Come on, bro. This sounds like some real shit, chat. I swear to God, chat.
Hey man, I love y'all boys, man. I love y'all boys, bro. You know what, bro? I'm not about to let it fucking, you know what? I want to heal so bad, you feel me? I don't feel me.
Damn.
You know what? You know what?
600K. 15 minutes.
Mom,
I don't give a fuck.
Alright, okay, alright. Alright, I'll be on the record. Okay.
But despite experiencing such an anticlimactic end to his stream due to the fight with his mom, Speed did not give up on streaming. And while the situation
he had like enough money to move out.
kinda limited his ability to stream freely in the short run, the whole fight sort of proved to be a positive for him, considering he got a lot of free publicity from it. Because of this, as well as a very supportive fan base that had grown to love his antics, Speed would go on to gain an additional 200,000 subscribers within the next 24 hours, bringing his total subscriber count to 800,000 subscribers.
Yo, what if he told his mom to do it on purpose so he could get more viewers?
Dog! What is going on? My goodness! Damn! I couldn't even go to sleep! Like this shit just woke me up, like I swear to God! This shit just woke me up, bro. I couldn't even take this in, bro.
However, Speed would end up getting into another altercation with his mom before the stream was over.
Come on, you got to me. You got to, man. Hey, Honey K! Congratulations! Hey, Honey K! Alright, congratulations. What? Congratulations!
He was already making a lot of money though.
But despite the anger and
Like it's not like he was making like no money.
frustrations,
He
Speed
was.
kept on pushing, and the next few days would prove to be monumental for his channel, as he would go on to hit 1 million subscribers the very
The
next
big
day.
1 million.
1 million, bro. Damn.
Speed's growth at this point was astronomical, as he'd gained 300,000 subscribers in 24 hours. And that was just the beginning, because the very next day he'd wake up to an astonishing 1.5 million subscribers.
Million. I miss the old
However,
better.
despite experiencing this massive breakthrough in his streaming career, Speed's relationship with his mum was at an all-time low, leading to a few tough months for Speed behind the scenes.
Chapter 5.
Throughout the rest of 2021, while Speed's channel continued to experience an astronomical growth spurt, the fights that had been happening between him and his mom would take a whole new turn, and it would all unfold on camera during his 1.7 million subscriber celebration stream.
Damn. Speed was on like a generational run in 2021.
I'm fucking tired of this shit. I can't get high. You know what, chat? You know what, y'all. I'm about to. What the fuck? Like, come on. Man, I wanna get high. I can't.
And that was just the beginning of it. Over the following months, his mom would repeatedly interrupt his streams.
Today is Friday! Y'all know we gotta stream every Friday!
Friday.
Slap him.
Yo.
Ah, bro, just do it! Hey, man!
Nah.
No, I'm talking about the game. I'm talking about the game.
And cut off his internet.
Mom, get out!
Ooh. Yo. Why are his nostrils so big? Like, you could fit 2 fingers inside those nostrils.
You know what? I asked you to quit cussing.
However, Speed did not let these challenges discourage him. In fact, they only seemed to motivate him to work even harder. After hitting the impressive milestone of 2 million subscribers, Speed began doing collaborative streams with other online personalities, a trend that began after meeting Aiden Ross in July of 2021.
Aiden Ross, like, put him, like, on the map.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir.
After seeing the success of doing these collaborative streams, Speed would go on to double down on this format, becoming a regular member of Aiden Ross's E-Date streams from that point forward.
So I have no chance of getting.
No chance.
I'm like, really?
Like,
You think these two guys like you? Do you think they really like you?
No, I like him. I like him.
Hey,
I like him to say that.
I like him. I like him.
Hey, Kyle, bro, hey, feel me? Hold on. I'm not talking right now. I'm talking to this dude right now. You think these two guys like you?
Nigga, I like him.
But this was only the beginning, as Speed would start experimenting with IRL streams, which further expanded his reach.
He does like way too many IRL streams now.
Y'all be next for an IRL stream. Everybody can do IRL stream, man. So chat. We're doing our first IRL stream. I'm kind of nervous. I ain't been outside in so long, bro.
And the shift from gaming to collaborative and IRL streams proved to be excellent for the growth of the channel, because in the 6 months between July 2021 and January 2022, Speed would go from 2 million to a whopping 4 million subscribers.
2 to 4 million.
Let's go! Now that's 4 million! Now that's 4 million!
And with this massive subscriber growth propelling him to the forefront of both YouTube and Twitch, it seemed like Speed was ready to take on the world. However, it wouldn't take long before Speed found himself embroiled in a major controversy, ultimately resulting in a permanent ban from Twitch.
We all know what happened.
On the 11th of December 2021, after quickly becoming a fan favorite on Aiden Ross's E-Day streams, Speed would be invited again and paired on a date with popular Instagram influencer Ash Cash. However, what began as a light-hearted interaction would quickly spiral out of control.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to skip this. Everyone knows what
Finding himself
happened.
embroiled in controversy, his subscriber count continued to grow, largely because his audience had already become accustomed to his loud and often chaotic personality that had made him stand out in the first place.
I need this. This clip, like, people glaze it way too much.
My mama's kind of homeless. I look at my dad, I want to help her out.
It's honestly not even that funny.
Look at you smiling, bro. You disrespectful as shit, bro. You don't like your face? Why you laughing at your face, bro? God, we're so disrespectful as shit, bro. My fucking life was
And with the backing of this rapidly growing fanbase and an intense streaming schedule,
God,
Speed Channel would go on to gain another 2 million subscribers by March of 2022, bringing his total count to 6 million
6
subscribers.
million.
6 million, babe. 6 million, babe.
Do the backflip.
6 million, baby. 6 million, baby. Let's go, bro.
It was also at the peak of this success that Speed would begin a new endeavor
Yo, chat, my stream is probably like so boring right now.
that would propel his brand into absolute stardom, essentially turning his name from that loud and chaotic streamer to a household name known across the world. On the 4th of March 2022, Ishowpseed would get the go live button on YouTube like any other day. However, what nobody, including Speed, knew was that just a few minutes into the stream,
What if he never got this
his life was
donation?
going to change forever.
Bradley donated £1.79 through Super Chat. What soccer football team do you support?
Cristiano Ronaldo. Silly.
The YouTube was never the same after he said this.
Simple as that, bro.
Those 3 words, while seemingly insignificant at the time, would go on to change the trajectory of Speed's career forever.
And YouTube
Once this clip
in
escaped
general.
its corner of the internet, it spread like wildfire. The countless reposts, retweets, and TikTok re-uploads propelled it to millions of viewers. And virtually overnight, Speed had been introduced to an audience he never even knew existed, one that stretched far beyond the borders of the United States.
What do you think would have happened if he never got that donation?
To understand the scale of the audience he was about to tap into, consider this. The FIFA World Cup attracts viewership that makes the Super Bowl look relatively
Yo, by the way, the Super Bowl was over way before it started. Like, everyone knew the Seahawks were winning. Patriots did not have a chance. Like the Broncos should have been in place of the Patriots, but of course, Bonix got injured. And this World Cup final, as I said yesterday, we might be getting a repeat of this matchup.
And
And
by
it was
being a fan
so
of
good.
Ronaldo, Speed had just opened the door to that audience. After seeing the success of these clips, Speed would go on to double down on making soccer-oriented content,
Double
and to
down.
say the videos performed well would be a massive understatement. The insane views Speed received from these videos prompted him to pick up a soccer ball and go outside.
Ooh.
And within no time, all of his streams, videos, and viral moments were all leading to one iconic moment, meeting Ronaldo.
Yo, chat, y'all think one day I'll meet Ronaldo, y'all?
And on the 17th of June, 2023, approximately
Remember
1
it.
year since going viral for being a Ronaldo fan, Speed would finally get to meet the man he'd admired for so long.
I wonder if Messi knows who Speed is.
However, in his pursuit of meeting Cristiano Ronaldo, Speed got to discover something else. He had fans all around the world, and the traveling IRL streams allowed him to meet and interact with them.
I have a lot of fans in European countries, you know, and for me to really reach out to them,
I wonder how Bradley feels knowing he started all of this.
feel connected to them. I did stream there, and that led to where I'm at right now, 2024, where I'm traveling the whole world of streaming.
Speed's YouTube channel would continue to grow throughout the rest of 2023 and 2024, to the point where he'd have 1 million concurrent viewers during his stream in Indonesia.
1 million.
Each of these elements propelled Speed's
That's like some Michael Jackson level shit.
channel to the top of YouTube, pushing him past 10 million, 20 million, and
He
eventually
needs
54
to get
million
at
subscribers
least
by May of
100 million.
2026.
He has like a 8-pack.
However, beyond the subscriber growth and online success, Speed has accomplished something far more important, repairing his relationship with his mom.
My mom always
Oh,
told
yeah.
me, you know, she just didn't understand it. Correct. I really love my mom, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Even now to this day, she
Vo-
still
voice
supports me.
crack.
Still, there's a little mom talks, you know. I love the mom talk, but, you know, her yapping.
What Ishowpseed has achieved is inspiring to many, and we hope to see him go on to achieve even more.
Like, the crazy thing is, like, I don't think he could get any, like, bigger, but he finds a way to get bigger. Like, I know I'm on some next level glazing and ass kissing, but, like, still, it's, like, insane. Like, will he ever fall off? Like, I don't think that he's ever gonna fall off again. That's some next